Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to be looking for the classic ASL, the age, the gender, the location, and I'm looking for an amount the fine was. The amount
Okay.
of the fine. It is in US dollars, but I have the fine in US dollars, but this is an international story.
Okay. Okay.
International.
Okay.
All right. So here we go. An adult person was sitting on a bench in a park,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
When said adult person had a leaf blow into the adult person's mouth, right? So wind hit a leaf, blew it into this person's mouth, and this person went, "Oh, ha, tilly," and that person spit it out, right? Then, couple seconds later, two people, it says two guys, came up to said person, and one of them what is called littering enforcement officers,
Oh my gosh.
and they told them that they had been spitting. The person that had the leaf in their mouth said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa. It was a leaf. It blew in my mouth, and I spit it out," kind of thing. Doesn't matter. They were then fined by the litter enforcement officers, and the fine was reduced, but nonetheless paid. For the fine, I'm looking for the original amount of the fine, and I'll give you to within $100. I'll give you to within $50. All right? Okay?
All right.
Okay.
All right, so I'm looking for the ASL and the amount the fine was. Are we ready?
Ready. All right,
Bob's
Burn Dog.
thinking,
Let's just knock out sex. I'll take the hit if we have to. I'll ask male. I'll answer male, and
Agreed.
because then you don't lose a strike. All right, we're guessing male.
Final answer?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Correct the mundo. We're looking at a man, Daddy. Looking
right.
at a man.
All right,
William, I don't know.
we just saved a strike, baby.
I don't know if you
All
Good
remember the
old Roy
story.
Mash. Good old
There was
Roy
a-
Mash.
There was an American years ago who was caned. He was put in public square
Yep.
and he was caned. It was in
like
Singapore,
the Philippines, right? Of
Philippines or Singapore.
Okay.
I think it was Singapore.
Yep.
And
Or China.
his was for spitting out gum onto the street. So this is definitely a Southern Asian country.
All right, so let's do Singapore. Let's guess Singapore then.
Let's go Singapore.
Final answer on location? Well,
Yes, sir.
how about this? Before you waste an answer on location, do you want me to give you a hint on location?
Sure.
This location hosted an Olympics in the last 20 years.
Oh.
So it's got to be China.
Did they host
Wait.
an Olympics?
No, China hasn't.
Or
Is
Britain, right?
Oh,
Great
Japan.
Britain.
Is it Japan?
This sounds like something the Brits would do, by the way.
I don't think
They're
no.
getting strict over there.
You got a minute and a half.
I think you can still spit on the streets. I think Japan.
You want to
Yeah,
go
okay.
Japan?
Yeah.
Final
Japan.
answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Strike one.
Okay, no Japan.
You think
Hosting
it would be them
Olympics.
Japs, but it wasn't.
No, it's just the Olympics. They were in Sochi.
Isn't Sochi in Russia? And that's the Winter Olympics.
Russians
Did you say-
definitely don't give a fuck.
They were in
about you.
Tokyo,
No.
though. You're right. They were
They
in
were in Tokyo. Yeah.
But it's not Japan.
All right. Age. Let's go age here, Liam. I mean,
You had 2 minutes.
30 to 40, 20 to
Yeah.
30,
20,
25 to 35.
There we go. 25 to 35.
Final answer?
Sure.
Yes.
Incorrect, and I'll tell you way off.
Way off.
You're at 2 strikes, fellas. You have
All
to
right.
start getting choosy, and you haven't even gotten to the money yet.
Well, here's the thing about the money. Maddie said he initially was going to give us some leeway within $100, but then he dropped it to leeway within $50, which means this is not a huge fine. Which means like, why would he make that distinction? Like if it was $3,000, you know what I mean? He wouldn't be like actually $29.50. So I'm thinking this is $150 or
or just call it 100 because then you can go from
both
50 to
ways.
150.
Let's call it 100.
All right, yeah, give us
Guys,
100, Daddy.
Do you want to deliberate on this a little bit? You're at 3 minutes. I don't want you to lose all your strikes here.
Well,
All right,
age
so
is we're way off on age, right? We said
yeah,
25 to 35, but that just opens up. I mean, this could be like a 60-year-old or it could be a
yeah,
55-year-old. We don't really know. It was an accidental leaf in the mouth.
Mm.
Location, the is it South Africa?
yeah.
You're at
Like, how the
No, they had a
fuck
316.
do
World
we
Cup. They
That
know?
had a
was a
World
World
Cup.
Cup. That wasn't an
I'm getting my
Olympic.
World Cup. I'm getting my fucking World Cups and
You're
Olympics
getting your World
confused. Is
Cups
what
and
I'm
your
doing.
Olympics all churched up, Dad.
Getting
You're
my
all
World
churched
Cups
up.
and my Olympics confused. No, it's got to be China. China had an Olympics.
Yeah, give us China. We'll take it.
Guys, for your third strike, are you sure you're at 330?
Yeah, China.
Ugh,
Strike three, Daddy.
ugh.
Strike three. Liam, you'd mentioned it. It was
Thailand?
It
jolly
was the
old.
Brits.
No way.
Jolly old, baby.
No
I fucking
way.
knew
Jolly
it.
old.
I fucking knew
That's
it,
my
dude.
Jolly
bad. That's
old,
my
Daddy.
bad. That's my
Jolly
bad.
old.
In what
Do you want to
world?
do like you get a couple strikes per thing, maybe? Give you a
Those
couple strikes
Cockney
per thing.
fucking scousers can't spit on the street. That's insane to me.
All right, you're at
Yeah,
four
it is.
minutes. You each get another guess. You get an age guess and an amount guess. What do
All
you
right,
want? Who wants
I'm
to
just
take
gonna
what?
guess the amount because I always see like the signs and stuff, and it says like $300 fine. Give me 300 for the fine.
Lishmigli? Correctamundo. The amount
Oh,
for the
fuck
fine,
yeah!
the original amount for the fine, $334.50,
Hell yeah!
which was later reduced to $200.70. But original fine, $334.50. Lishmigli hits. So big bad Bernie. You got one guess left
On the age,
on the age.
63 to 73.
Nice one. Old head sitting at the bench. I like it.
You had the right idea. You're a decade off, pal. You're a decade off.
Ugh.
Actually, you're a little more than a decade off. You're 13 years off at the closest. So, full story. Here we go. Roy Marsh, 86,
Unbelievable.
86 in Lincolnshire, England. Earlier this year, when he was arrested on a bench, a leaf blew into his mouth. Marsh spit out the leaf, but just as he got up to walk away, two guys came up to him. One of the littering enforcement officers who came up to him told him that he had been seen spitting, to which Marsh called him and said, "Hey, silly boy." Marsh ended up receiving a fine for $334.50, later reduced to $200.70, which he paid. But Adrian Finley, who is the county councilor of Lincolnshire County, said enforcement officers are taking it too far. If it looks like a
Yeah.
genuine accident, then give people the opportunity to apologize and pick it up. It was all unnecessary and out of proportion. So there you go. Jolly old. So you guys got close there. You got
how
3 out of
dare
4
you?
or 2
How
out of,
about this litter enforcement guy? What?
That's I would
86
yeah.
years old? Are you fucking
86
kidding me?
fucking years old. I would pick it up for him and say
Yeah.
sorry,
Right?
pal. But
And someone
dude,
should
that's
fight that guy. The fucking
Al-
the litter enforcement guy.
yeah.
What an
Also, like
asshole.
this is like they need to do better jobs of testing about giving people like authority that
Yeah.
that should not have it. There's no way that this guy should be able to enforce fines or any type of authority if this is what they're doing, going after an 86-year-old man.
Yeah.
Also, like, if you look down, did you see any fucking, like, he's probably just like, oh, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what do,
Yes.
come on. Also,
That
you
guy-
can't fucking spit? I'll fucking,
The guy
I'll
gave him
spit
his
all over your
story.
fucking
He said a
nuts.
leaf went in my mouth, and what? He wasn't trying to hear it and wrote it up. What a scumbag!
Yeah.
That guy was a child during the Blitzkrieg. All right,
Right.
and then you're gonna fine him for spitting a leaf out of his mouth while he's. There's nothing more British than an old man just sitting on a park bench. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just
Give
enjoying,
him
just
a pipe,
enjoying
call
the
it a
day.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple teen strumpets. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Come on.
I'm glad. I'm
Maybe
glad
I
the
bet he had an
authorities
umbrella,
there.
too. He had a
I'm
Broly
glad-
with him.
Well, it's always a little overcast. I'm glad the authorities there. I'm glad that the one guy at least was like, yeah, it's on the books, but like, this is a little out of hand, guys.
Also,
like, I
think
want to
about
come
this.
out and publicly say this is ridiculous.
Think about this too. This guy's 86. How long has he been in this community? There's probably so many people that are like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" That fucking Stunod enforcement officer that always is a cunt to everybody. They hit Roy. They hit old man Roy Marsh.
Hit old Garrett Codswapple. You know,
Yeah.
old Mr. Codswapple just sitting on the
Yeah,
bench.
yeah. They hit fucking Dumbledore, Albus,
Old
Bagoo, you know?
codswapple.
Yeah, so
That's
that's story number
outrageous.
2. Honestly, killed it, boys. Fucking pretty good. Pretty fucking good there, boys. Not bad.
All
Not
right.
bad.
All
Not
right,
bad
you
at all.
motherfuckers.